guys, Brianna Butler here, registered dietitian with Power Portions. This is our second episode of Quarantine Q&A. If you didn't catch our first episode, make sure you go to our Instagram, power_portions, to check out that first video. We talked a little bit about supporting our immune system and if supplements could help us do that. So if you missed it, be sure to go to check it out. Today we're going to be focusing on how to avoid the quarantine 15 and snacking properly. We got some questions in regards to how to eat healthy during this time. We did make a previous post about the tips to stay fit, so this video will be really coordinated with that one. So make sure you go check that out as well and on our Instagram. But let's just start off talking about what we should be doing to get us, keep us fit during this time. Number one, make sure that you're hydrated. Being dehydrated can be easily mistaken for being hungry. So sometimes if you're not getting enough fluids in, you're very dehydrated, especially in our hotter climates, more humid climates, your body can mistake that for hunger. So you can think, oh, like I'm really hungry, but in reality, you're just very, very thirsty. So making sure that you're hydrated can help your body realize when it's actually hungry and when it's not. Additionally, fluids can help just curb your hunger in general. So if you are trying to lose weight, having a glass of water before you have your meal, before you start your meal, can help with overeating and just making sure that you're starting at a leveled playing field and that your body is ready to take on whatever food it needs, and you won't overeat just because you already have some fullness taken care of with the fluids that you're putting in your body. Number two, make sure that you're prepared. Not being prepared and having to make food decisions at the last minute when you're hangry is a recipe for disaster. So if you need to pick a day during the week, plan out a menu, what it is that you're going to cook. Plan a time to go grocery shopping. Or if you plan on going out to eat, plan out what restaurants you're going to go to. Look at the menus. Make sure you know what it is that you're going to eat. Set aside time to prepare, order whatever it is you're going to do, and plan it out like that. Meal prepping and having things ready to go when you are hungry or when you do feel hunger coming on can be very helpful in helping you to make the proper decisions in regards to eating and what you want to put in your body in order for you to stay on the right track. Additionally, another thing I want you to make sure you're doing is make sure you have healthy snacks on hand, because there is going to be times when you do get hungry and maybe you aren't prepared and you just want to reach for something. If you have healthy snacks, whether that's whole fruits and vegetables or healthy whole grains or healthy fats laying around, maybe some nuts and seeds or things like that, it can be very helpful in curbing our hunger and feeling that satisfaction. But you want to make sure you have the right stuff available, because if you've got a ton of candy, chips, things like that just laying around, they are going to be enticing. They're enticing for anyone, even myself as a dietitian. I'm enticed by ice cream and cookies and candy. So I'm human. Every human is enticed by things like that. So you have to make sure you have the right things laying around. And what's also important when it comes to that is making sure it's portioned. That goes into play with our planning out what you're going to have, portioning it out. Make sure you have little packets set aside so that way you're not just digging into a bag of whatever it is that you're trying to eat. If it's portioned out, you know that you're going to eat the right amount, and it can help you just make decisions. And it can also help you save money too, because you're not just eating mindlessly. So you're portioning out your sizes and you're planning everything out accordingly. Another thing that we discussed in one of our Instagram posts, 5 tips to fit, was making sure that half of your plate is fruits and vegetables, or just non-starchy vegetables. If half of your plate is non-starchy vegetables, you're doing yourself a great help in making sure that you're putting the right nutrients on your plate. It's helping with fullness, with the fiber that comes in those non-starchy vegetables, and it's also lower calorie. So if you have non-starchy vegetables, and these are your broccoli, your asparagus, cauliflower, your salad greens, your beets, things like that, all of that falls into non-starchy vegetables. Making half that plate it can be very helpful for you. Now, the other quarter of your plate, one of the other quarters of your plate will be whole grains or fruit, something healthy but has a higher carbohydrate content, and that can help with just your overall energy. And then the other quarter of your plate, or maybe a little bit more if you want, would be your lean proteins. If you're vegan or vegetarian, some of these sections will cross paths with one another because you will be using plant-based proteins. So contact me if you are vegan or vegetarian or looking to really get that down pat. But If you're not, lean proteins such as chicken, fish, any loin cut of red meat would fall in that category as well. And then sprinkling on a dash of healthy fats, the avocados, the plant oils, nuts and seeds. You don't want to go overboard with that though, because healthy fats, even though they're healthy for you, are higher in calorie. So make sure you're portioning those out again. And my last tip for you is just make sure that you're using mindfulness during this time. Listen to your body. It's going to tell you when you're full, when you're not, when you need food, when you don't. So if you're constantly avoiding those signs or not listening to those signs, your body will stop responding. So you need to make sure you're listening to your body when it tells you that you're hungry or when you're full. And then also turn off the screens, put the phones down. Things like that can be a distraction and can lead you to overeat. It can lead you to overeat a meal. It can lead you to overeat a snack. It can lead to overeating in general. So put the distractions away as much as possible. I know some of you have kids, so I have a child myself, so make sure that during times where you're eating, eat together. That helps from them jumping on you and you jumping on them whenever you're trying to eat. So if you're doing family meals, that can be very helpful in decreasing the distraction that's going on. But turning off the screens, the TVs, the phones, things like that can be very helpful in utilizing your mindfulness during this time, especially when you're all stuck at home. So those are my top tips for helping you to avoid the quarantine 15, as well as helping you with healthy snacking. Again, if you have any questions, if you want to get more in depth, take advantage of our free 15-minute discovery call, because we can always find out what works for you, how to get you started on a healthy journey if you're not already. Again, feel free to follow us at power_portions. We're here for you to help to provide some science-based nutrition information. So give us a follow.